Amit, hi, morning. Good to have you on the show. We understand that the government has now granted the license to manufacture holographic sights and infrared based thermal vision devices as well. Tell me how significant is this in industrial licensing in terms of expanding your own product portfolio and the kind of revenue contribution that you could get from there?
Good morning. Firstly, thank you for having me on this show. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Uh, See, Paras Defense has always been in the business of optics and optronic systems. What this particular license gives us is a boost to what we have right now set out to do. Now, Paras Defense has a clear-cut vision that we do not manufacture electro-optic sights, which are being manufactured by most of our customers, which are gun-mounted, which are these XYZ sights. We focus on electro-optic payloads or electro-optic sights, which are very, very complex in nature. Now, submarine periscope is one such very, very complex site. Hyperspectral imaging camera is one such site. Holographic site may look very simple, very low cost, but it's a very complex unit. What we are set out is to make EOIR cameras for tank platforms, cameras for UAV platforms. And now these are very, very complex systems, and a license like this will further enable us to put in a lot of research in this, put in a lot of collaborative effort, and build up world-class EOIR products of complex nature to be manufactured completely in India and deliver it not just for India, but also abroad.
Right. So I want to understand what exactly, in terms of numbers, could this actually contribute to? Because you have earlier already given an FY 25-26 revenue growth guidance of 20 to 30 odd percent. With now your product portfolio expanding the way it is, what exactly is the visibility on your revenues that you have going forward?
I'm sure you'll appreciate that I am in a silent period. But I can tell you, see, EOIR systems have natively been imported in the Indian defense or Indian space. Now, when we are looking at these systems to be manufactured in India, there are very few companies who can actually do complex EOIR systems. For that matter, even if I take you to the space side, there are very few companies who can across the world who can make ground to space telescopes, who can make uh, components or complete can attempt systems of that nature. So with this, what I'm trying to give you a larger perspective is the opportunity size is huge, not something that you can imagine in terms of value, in terms of the order of magnitude. Now, these are may not be very high volume businesses, but these are extremely high value businesses.
Understood that you, of course, can't give any sort of levels given that you're in your silent period, but give us a sense as to what the kind of order inquiries are that you're witnessing at the current juncture. What kind of visibility do you have for your order book for FY 25-26?
I would always mention that we've been blessed, and we've God has been kind that we have been blessed with more than 2x order book year on year, and that run rate will continue at least for the next 2 years that we can see.
In the space which you currently are, who are your nearest competitors?
So if I have to take one name who is a competitor for what all the things that we do, I don't think there are, because we operate in two basic verticals, optics and optronic systems, and another one is defense engineering. Now, in optical components, yes, there are a few companies who are trying to make optical components, but in terms of optronic systems that we manufacture, if you say a periscope, nobody in the whole of Asia Pacific has that product. So you can imagine that we ourselves always cut an edge, and we try to be in the non-competitive space because we maybe in very of competition. If you look from the defense engineering side, defense electronics, yes, there are very many and very strong players in the Indian industry. But electromagnetic pulse protection, or for that matter, electromagnetic solutions, there ain't anybody in India. Now, all of these, if you put into a basket, you won't find one company having such diverse technological prowesses, capabilities, and infrastructure to deliver projects of this nature.
So if you're in such a niche space and this is like a high-end IP dominated space, then why margins are in 20s? They should be in 40s and 50s.
So you have to also understand that we are moving from a component based company to a project and a product based company. So we've had our journey, which has always been beautiful, but from tier 3 to tier 2 to tier 1.5, in some areas today tier 1. These margins are improving as we go ahead. The defense and space sector is, if you ask me, is opening up. It is not opened yet. It is opening up. There is big scope of indigenization, huge scope of indigenization. A development centric market is getting converted into a manufacturing centric and an export orientation. Now, all of this, the effect on the margins will take its time. And as you can maybe see, the whole Indian industry is now slated to invest into this particular thing because the margins are going to only look upwards from here.
Appreciate that. Your current order book, how much is coming from products which are developed, which are new, and which are perhaps developed by your own R&D skill? And how much of your product book you would say is largely because you're benefiting because, okay, this is import substitution or because of indigenization?
So one thing is development is something that we currently do all by ourselves in collaboration with DRDO, or we ourselves do it. So all of these technologies are completely homegrown. We are not taking a TOT from a foreign company and doing something. There are opportunities coming our way where in the near future you will find me talking about working on co-developing technologies with foreign companies. That dimension is very much active, but current all the orders that we have, they are all homegrown technologies, all technology which have been developed by Paras either in collaboration with DRDO or with one of the customers. Almost 50%, and I would take it positively that 50% development is new development and 50% order book is of new development, 50% order book of all the developed products and systems that we have done earlier. Now, this ensures that the development kitty of our company is growing, which means tomorrow, say 2 years from now, almost if I am present in 10 out of 20 projects today, 2 years from now, I'll be more than 15 out of 20 projects. So that's where the opportunity grows year on year if you are in the development part of that particular project.
Right. Okay. Amit, great to have you on the show today. Good chatting with you as always.
Thank you so much. Pleasure is all mine.